If you own a GoPro and you love to shoot video on the trail, then I've got a hack for you. For those of you that are shooting video on the trail, I'm not going to tell you that you're doing it wrong, but I am going to say there might be a better way. For those of you that have been watching my videos for a while, you'll notice that I seem to only have one trekking pole. I actually have two. The reason you're only seeing one trekking pole is because of the way I mount my GoPro. You can see here that the back has been cut out. There's no strap. I've got some resin in there, but it's glued in a cold shoe mount. I would take this part and screw it to that cold shoe mount, and that worked fantastically for a couple years. Unfortunately, after many miles of vibration and moving around, that this piece that's aluminum and the cold shoe mount that's aluminum, the threading got loose, and one day walking down the trail, this popped off, smashed on a rock, but cheap enough to repair and to replace. I realized at that point that I needed to come up with a different method for mounting the GoPro to the trekking pole. Everyone that owns a GoPro knows that you get two mounts. You get the curved bottom and the flat bottomed. When I got my GoPro, I thought, well, where am I going to put these? So they went into the camera bag, and that's where they stayed. So the new updated version of the trekking pole mount is there, right here. Trekking poles come in many shapes and sizes. Now, I can't guarantee that this is going to work on every single trekking pole. I've seen some double black diamond trekking poles. I've seen some, I think, Lecky. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But I've noticed that those handles are completely foam rubber. I'm not certain that the adhesive on the bottoms of these mounts are going to stick to that. This sticks perfectly fine because it's plastic, but even the hard rubber will stick. Now, the adhesive on here is a 3M. It's labeled 3M VHB, which stands for very high bond. VHB is an alternative to a mechanical fastener. This stuff is strong. You just have to have a good surface to get it to stick to. If you're going to do this and you have a foam on top, maybe test it in a place before you start shaving away part of your handle. Find a cheaper one on Amazon. These $16 poles are fantastic, and if I lose one, I'm not out 50 bucks. Why people are spending $100 or $150 on a pair of trekking poles is beyond me. Anyways, let's head out to the garage, show you what to do. I'm here at the oscillating belt sander here. I will show you what that looks like. If you've watched any of my other sign building videos, you've seen this. As you will see, I will take my time here taking the top of this handle off. I've got to do my best to keep the pole parallel with the table and then also perfectly perpendicular to the sanding belt. This way the camera is nice and level on the pole itself. I know that many of you might not have power tools at your disposal, but like they say, there's more than one way to skin a cat. I'm sure most folks can handle this little hack with a little time and patience. What I'm going to do next is trace the bottom of the handle on the mount so I know where to remove plastic. If you're comfortable using a utility knife, go ahead and start off by removing a small portion from the top of the handle. If not, go to the next step. Now get yourself a sheet of sandpaper between 50 and 30 grit and adhere it to a nice flat board. You can find spray adhesive at any home improvement store or craft store. Now flatten the top by sanding in one direction. I suggest pulling towards you, keeping your hand as steady as possible while checking your work often so you can make slight adjustments. And that's it. You'll know when you're ready to move to the last step. Okay, this is cut, ready to go. Ready to get stuck on there. Before we do that though, you want to take a little bit of rubbing alcohol, clean that surface up really good. You want this stuff nice, this surface as clean as possible. So that it sticks real well. Clean that up. You can see how it's mostly plastic in there. See in here? Where I've ground on here. You can see it moves. This one right here, this is the original. This is the OEM GoPro. mount. And as you can see, it's solid all the way through. So I bought the 6-pack on Amazon, super cheap. Now that this is dried, go ahead and take this blue tape off. I just had that on there to hold the handle in place so it wasn't flopping around and was doing all the sanding. Slide the GoPro on there and it is good to go. So there you go. That's it, folks. Hope that is something that will help you. And again, I love this format. I've seen people with the cameras mounted on the trekking pole down here. Even though the GoPro has amazing stabilization software built into the camera, it always helps to have a little bit more extra gimbal balance. So I love that about the GoPro being on the top and having that long counterweight at the bottom. I hope this was something you enjoyed. Do me a favor, if it was, give me a like. That way this can get pushed out to more and more people on YouTube, and more folks can be mounting their GoPro on their trekking poles the right way. Hey, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so. This is all about backpacking, hiking, camping, basically anything with the great outdoors, as well as creative hacks. Appreciate the time. Thanks so much. Now go outside and do something. Got a hack for you.